Hello, this is Anthony Digmann coming to you from Dyersville, Iowa, the home of the St. Francis Xavier Basilica and the Field of Dreams. And I am so excited because this November I will be coming to Holy Family Catholic Church in Rockford for a parish mission, two-night parish mission, where we're going to be taking a look at a mission called Revitalizing Love, falling more in love with God, enhancing prayer, and growing in virtue. And this parish mission, I think, is absolutely critical, and this theme for this era of our church. I'm convinced that in this era of our church, we've fallen into a spiritual poverty where we may know a lot about our faith. I don't think in any time, at least in the last 100 years, the church has been in such a good position, especially here in our country, where if you want to know something intellectual about your faith, why we believe what we believe, you can find that information out. There is no shortage of apostolates and resources and books and programs to teach what we believe about our faith and why. However, what about spiritual formation? I'm convinced that this is something that we've really been hurting on in the United States Catholic Church over the last many decades now. And this parish mission aims to address that issue, specifically focused on what I think is the greatest spiritual classic of all time, especially for people getting started in their spiritual life. It is incredibly simple information, but it is also incredibly deep. And I'm convinced that it can be useful for anybody who's maybe even just joined the church within the last year, somebody who's a late teenager who's interested in growing in their faith, all the way up to very well-formed adult Catholics. You know, anybody from the bishop all the way down to a 15-year-old who wants to love Jesus better and get to grow deeper in their faith life. So this whole parish mission on revitalizing love is built on the wisdom and richness of St. Francis de Sales and his spiritual classic, Introduction to the Devout Life. And in a discussion with Father Kame many months ago, it was over a year ago, I think, I did a short talk that he was able to hear on this subject, which is why I'm getting to come and join you guys for this parish mission. And he said that within spiritual direction, or if somebody's interested in growing in their spiritual life, this is one of the first, if not the first, books that he recommends to them. And I totally agree with him. It's an amazing text. And it does three key things, I'm convinced. It helps us fall more in love with God, it helps enhance our prayer life, and it helps us to grow in virtue and to turn away from the temptations and the struggles in our life that can sometimes get so deeply rooted they can even become addictions and very strong attachments. So what we'll be taking a look at in the parish mission is we'll be walking through themes and elements and insights. We'll be looking at quotes from St. Francis de Sales from Introduction to the Devout Life, and we will be unpacking those together. So I am incredibly excited to get to join you at Holy Family in Rockford this coming November. Please keep your eye out for parish bulletins and other information from your parish about this opportunity. Share it with your friends. Get a lot of people there. You can also check out anthony.com if you'd like to learn more about me. We'll have a link available for you somewhere around this video for you to check out. But invite your friends. I am really convinced that this is one of the greatest shortcomings that we're experiencing in the church today, certainly in this area, maybe not in all parts of the world, but I think in the United States, we really are in a state of spiritual poverty, and we really need to rediscover the spiritual richness and a deeper relationship with God that is also rooted in intellectual formation and truth, which really was the start of my career 20 years ago. That was really a critical issue, is making sure that Catholics know and understand their faith. But I think we've gotten to a point in the American Catholic Church right now where you can do that. If you want to know more about your faith, you can definitely do that. So I think it's time to really start entering into a transition where we start to take a look more deeply at spirituality, the richness and beauty of Catholic spirituality and prayer, and what we can learn from the spiritual masters. And I really hope and pray that this parish mission is a great launching point to take you deeper into your spiritual life, whether you're already deep and you've read some great deep spiritual thinkers, or if you're just getting started and you want to know more about how to love God more deeply and how to have a more consistent, more enriching spiritual life and prayer life. I'm very excited to be able to join you for this Revitalizing Love parish mission. So God bless you, and I'll see you soon in November.